Hello and welcome to part 5 of our transmission swap series. This is the final video of the series. I pretty much have to send it. In this part we'll cover all the electrics and we'll take the car for a safety inspection. And let's just say that didn't go too well. We'll also have behind the scenes footage, so make sure you stay tuned in. Alright, let's get started. And just a quick recap on the series so far. Our first video involved looking at the crash donor car, and we dropped in to look at what condition the car's condition was in.
Just drop in to see what condition my condition was in.
Video 2 was about removing the manual transmission from the crashed Corolla. Third video was removing the automatic transmission from our car. I didn't have an engine crane or lift, so I had this dodgy backyard mechanic set up to drop their transmission. Fourth video was putting the manual transmission into our car, and as you can see, I upgraded to this quad bike lift. Alright, let's get straight into it. This is the shift cable from the automatic which we kept behind. This is the gear selector module attached to the end of the cable. Put the car in neutral and leave the selector in this position. Okay, looking at wiring diagrams makes my head hurt, but it's okay. I'm sure we can figure this out. These are the connectors for the reverse light. So we have a manual connector, a 7A FE automatic connector. So we need to cross wire 2 with wire 8. And here they are at the connector. And for those of you playing at home, we're up to step 110. This is the manual harness. Grab some scissors and cut it, just like that. Now back to the 7A FE connector and snip wire 2 and wire 8. I've made a real mess of this, but I'll cover this up with black electrical tape, because electrical tape makes everything look professional. Let's test this out. Put the car in reverse, and wow, the car knows we're in reverse mode. And like magic, the reverse light comes on. So satisfying. And we have a problem. The overdrive light is flashing, which indicates a transmission problem. The PCM seems to think the automatic transmission is missing. I wonder what gave it that idea. We simply need to switch the light off, because if you can't see the light, there's no problem. The easiest way to solve it is to dismantle the entire instrument panel. So the light is connected to this point. We could just remove the light, but I like to be dangerous. We can see the blue wire feeds the light. Make sure you cut the blue wire and the blue wire only. If you cut the red wire next to it, the car seems really smoky now. I don't know if I've blown a head gasket. I've got my test ticket, so I'll test for exhaust gases. It's not changing, so the smoke's probably just built up moisture because the car's been sitting for so long. We don't have anything to worry about. This is going so great. Let's move on. And the day's finally come. We can take the car for a safety inspection. In New Zealand, it's called a warrant of fitness. After this, we can legally drive the car on the road. It's pretty exciting.
2 hours later.
The car failed. I don't want to talk about it. But I suppose I should be a grown-up and sort the problem. So this is the safety checklist, and this is what the car failed on. Down here we have the inspector's comments. We know about the exhaust issue. The PCV valve has been changed recently, so that's not the problem. We can fix the smoke issue last. We'll also skip the control arm bushings for now, and go to the ABS light. The ABS light wasn't on when I took it in, so I've just cleared the code and I found it came back after I drove the car faster than 70 km per hour. This guy has OBD1 protocols, so we can't just use a regular OBD2 scanner, but you can get the trouble codes by jumping these two terminals together. Now we have a code flashing. The code is telling me there's a fault with the left ABS speed sensor. So I went to the left wheel, and this is the speed sensor. It looked really dirty, so I cleaned it up, cleared the code and tested it, and still no luck. After a while, I realized the problem was not with the sensor. I changed the CV joint on the left, but not the right, and this is the problem. The donor has no ABS and my car does. It was simply because the CV joint didn't have these splines. So I swapped the CVs, and what do you know? The problem is fixed. And now it's time to replace the cracked control arm bushings. This is a metal on metal bushing. The only way to get it out is with a heavy duty press. I don't have one, and I wasn't going to buy one for $2,000, so I had to find another solution. I started with drilling the rubber out. The center part of the bushing came out. The control arm looks more shocked than I am. And I'm going to cut out the outer ring. And now clean this up and put the new bushing in. And just hammer it into place. And we're done. Now it's time to solve the car's smoking habit. We know it's probably because of moisture buildup, so I need to drive the car and drive the car hard. Alright, so there's only one way to do this. I pretty much have to send it. Well, that was awkward. So I took the car for a warrant, and this time the car passed. So second time lucky. You're probably wondering if I got arrested. Well, let's have a look. And that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe because there's a lot more to come. In the next series, we'll restore the Mazda Astina. But before that, my wife's Nissan Versa had a few breakdowns, so we'll work on repairing that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.